All right, hey everyone, happy Friday. Back with Friday Flows now recurring guests. So we're joined by our head of Tynes Labs here, John Tuckner. How you doing, John?
Hey, always good to be on the show.
Yeah, thanks for coming back. We've had you and your team on a bunch of times now, which makes sense. I think when you first did your video, we had in there a clip celebrating 500 stories in the library. And as we were pulling this up, I just looked and there's 685. So that's pretty cool just in a month or so here. The development's
Yeah,
great.
absolutely. Really want to get to that 700 point, jumping for it.
Nice. Nice, that's exciting. Well, today we are doing a threat intel related story, right? So you actually posted on LinkedIn last week. Someone in the community had written a blog around responding to IOCs, and so I mentioned that because I'll link your original post here. But when I saw it, I reached out and thought it'd be great to do a Friday flow. So tell us a little bit more about what we'll be demoing today.
Totally. And the idea behind Alex's blog was that many people will have tons of IOCs and they need to match them against sim logs and perform searches regularly to know whenever a new IOC comes in, where is that in their environment and how do you respond appropriately. Uh, where I come from, though, or from my perspective, is not everybody has a sim or has that capability to analyze all of their logs at any given time. So what better than to take the IOCs and go to your EDR and to your other tools, slot them into those tools and allow those tools to be able to perform detections, create alerts, or even just block behaviors as they come about. So a different perspective on how to carry out about the same similar situation. Maybe somebody doesn't have a EDR deployed across their whole environment, so you'd want to take the SIM path, but just a different perspective and a different point of view on the topic. So what I can do is I can get into a story that we have written up on how to manage IOCs using CrowdStrike pretty efficiently. Um, all right, and when you get to the story library, what you'll do is you'll find this story called Manage CrowdStrike IOCs in Slack, and with just a couple clicks, you'll be able to import this into your own tenant. So that's what I've done, and now when I have it in my tenant, it's a very simple story, even though it looks a little complex. It'll create a slash command in Slack, and that slash command will be able to do three things. You'll be either able to view IOCs in your CrowdStrike tenant, submit a new IOC, or remove an IOC from CrowdStrike. If you're submitting a new one, we'll check to see if the IOC is present in the slash command. We'll check to see if that's a domain, a hash, or an IP address, and add it to the appropriate list in CrowdStrike. For IPs and domains that you're adding, CrowdStrike will fire off an alert if there's ever an event that matches either of those two. But if it's a hash, you can actually set the policy to prevent the hashes from even executing, which is a great proactive measure for a lot of teams to take. So if I were to go into Slack, I can then see the slash command that I have added. And if I want to do view IOCs, I'll do that slash command and I'll get the list of IOCs that I have in my CrowdStrike tenant. Now, this is a demo tenant. You wouldn't want to add things like 1.1.1 to your instance, but it's a great example of how many things that you can add and manage. You can even augment this with timestamps of when the IOC was added. So if I want to add a new IOC, we'll do submit IOCs, and I'll do 2.2.2. And we'll add that IOC to CrowdStrike. Now that's part of my list. If I run view IOCs again, it will be added to the list. And then when I run remove IOCs, I'll be able to remove that IOC from the list. Just as simple as that. This is really great for when teams want to collaborate within Slack. I think a lot of teams would normally be copy and pasting a lot of these IOCs from threat reports into the CrowdStrike platform. Maybe not everybody can add an IOC. This is a great way to just allow anybody to submit a new IOC fully appreciate that maybe only a certain couple of teams would want to add that. So in times you can lock that down to only a couple of groups so that they can execute these commands. What do you think, Blake?
Yeah, super helpful. I mean, if the alternative is sitting there and copying and pasting into lists, I imagine as we talk about a lot, that's that kind of work that gets very monotonous over time. So hopefully this will help an analyst save time on their end, and then, like you said, communicate with team members and give the visibility to the correct folks that they want to.
Yeah, totally. And it definitely helps you manage the IOC list that can grow really, really long. If there's something that's kind of outdated, you can at least take a quick look and see if there's still an IOC in the list that maybe shouldn't be there, or allow teams to respond, give visibility to like, why is my this executable being blocked? Oh, it's because it's on this list.
Great. Thanks for running through that. And we'll end by plugging this roadshow that's coming up in San Francisco. So you are headed out there in just a couple weeks, but just tell us a little bit about that event, and for the folks that are hoping to maybe get more hands-on with the platform and see more stories like this in action, what kind of opportunities will they have to do that out at the event?
Yeah, so we're going out to San Francisco early February. We're going to go up to the marina. It's going to be a day-long event with a lot of really cool partners. So we have Elastic, we have Wiz coming by in the morning to have some great presentations from some of our top partners. And then in the afternoon, we're going to get really hands-on, get into the deep details of Tines, do some building sessions, really just chat through what teams are doing and be able to collaborate and share lessons learned. So we're really
Awesome.
excited for it.
Great. Well, a lot of links to post then along with this video. I'll share John's original LinkedIn post that led to this Friday Flows. We'll post the story itself and the SF Roadshow event. So thanks again, John. It was great to see
Check
you,
it
and
all out.
have you on again soon.
Yep. See you. See you.
Thanks.